Alright, we're back. So I guess I needed a few more tools than I thought I did. We ended up using some brake clean, a wire brush on a drill. We've got this all nice and cleaned up. Our little spring for our needle assembly has been cleaned. And I would say be very careful with that. It's a very, very fine needle at the end of there, and when you're cleaning this orifice at the end here, maybe take a bread tie and melt the plastic off the end of it if you don't have one of those welding files small enough, and you probably don't. It's pretty small. And we've got our generator doodad all cleaned up, and we've got our other piece to the generator, our pickup tube, cleaned up. I did go ahead and I sprayed out the gas tank with some compressed air to try to get any debris that might be floating around in there out of there. And now we're to our generator tube, which I cleaned the outside of it a little bit, shined her up, without actually sticking it under a polishing wheel. It's only going to get so good. But that's where we're at with that. So now we'll get out the bore brush. Here we have our 22 brass brush and our extendy doodad there, extendy handle. Thread that on the end of that. So I guess we move this extender on. There we go. Put our gun bore cleaner, and we'll get out some rags, keep it clean. There we go. And there. A bit on that. Oh, shaky. Have fun getting it back out. Looks like we run her through, take it off. If you're weak like me, you need to eat your Wheaties. Eat your Wheaties, kids. Warm Wheaties. Warm milk. There we go. She's getting a little cleaner. She's probably really dirty in there. He passes. Lots of carbon coming out of there. That's gonna be really nice when it's done. Alright, that's probably pretty good. Let's go through the other side. Fun. Be like a brand new machine. Now, what I'm gonna do, because I don't know what that stuff is, how volatile it is, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause this. We're gonna run some brake clean through it and some compressed air, rinse her out, and then we'll be back for the reassembly. Brake clean is awesome because it doesn't leave a residue, and when you clean something down with it, if you hit it with some compressed air, it evaporates like instantly. So that's what I like that for. Brake clean. Alright, so here's the fun. We should probably take our pliers here. And what I'm going to try to do the best that I can is to pay attention to the orientation of this, and I believe I already got it. I already got it set. The handle in its upward, probably in the upward fashion. I would probably want the handle, or at full extension of this needle, I believe I want the handle to be pointed up. Back on there, that little nut doodad. Got wrenches back up here. Got 5/16, 8mm. Give that a snug. So down, the most flow. The needle is probably going up as high as it can off the bottom, because you want the most flow through the end of that needle. That's what I believe. We got that. Make sure that's snug again. Snug. We'll put this that bad boy back on there, like so. Put that back on. Give that a snug 8 again. Now I could be wrong. But I'll find out real quick, but judging by the way that it's working. And then I'll just adjust accordingly. Maybe I'll rebend it, maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. Okay. So then, now that that pickup's back in place, we can thread it back into the tank. It's such a fine machine thread, I'm not even going to worry about using any kind of sealant. Probably should. Right back where we want it. I'm going to thread this main tube back on here. It's pretty straight, I guess. That's probably really important. Back it off just a little, just a tad bit. I think I went out too far. Tube back in there. Careful not to cross-set it so we can get it in all the way. That's right. There she is. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. White gas. I'll go ahead and run this needle back through here. Oh. So like that. Might be a little stiff, but better to be a little stiff on the knob than have her leaking all over the place and catch your house on fire. Catch my camper house on fire. Alright, so I believe I have that all squared away. No binding there, no binding there, just a little stiff. Assemble. So, I should probably show you guys while I got you here. So, the plunger assembly. Now I've already been through this part. This was part of me just getting it together in the first place. When I first took it out to go camping, I did this plunger because it was seized in there. Didn't want to work right. So you got this little C-clamp, C-clippy deal. Pop that out of the holes. Release that. Give her a little pull. And what you got in there is you got a little spring-loaded doodad. Little needle doodad. We'd probably clean that up a little bit. Just clean the little filth off of it. There you'll see it's got a square shaft on it that fits inside the plunger part. And then the needle threads down into an orifice there. Closes that off. So to prime it, you back that thread off about 3 turns, 4 turns, not all the way, and then you give her about 40 pumps, 30 pumps, 40 pumps, and then with your finger over top of, there's a little hole here, you'll thread that needle back down in there. But what you'll want to make sure is that this leather here is in good condition, and you'll oil that. So I think what I might do is I might use some of this gun oil, lubricating oil, because it calls for an oil, lubricating gun oil. I use like WD-40 when I freed it up. Put a little bit of that on your leather. Keep that swelled up, and keeps that nice and swelled up in the hole, and gives you a positive plunging. Put that needle back in there. Now when you go to do this, the plunger is a little bit bigger. You're gonna have to finagle that in there. Now I don't know, hopefully I don't end up, because I put that oil in there, having any problems with it when I first go to start it. I don't think I will, but just I might. Like I said, I guess a lot. What seems like it would work. There's a little hole in this cap here where you can put the oil in. There you go. Put that little C-clamp back in there. So every so often you'll want to drop a little drop of oil down in this cap here, and that just keeps everything nice. So you get a good. So what we can do is to test it out right now, we can put our cap back on there tight without any fuel in it, and we can tighten this main valve up and back it off just a few threads, and then we can put a finger over the hole. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that might have been, I don't know what number that was. 40, 4, 5 maybe. Tighten that down. And that, my friends, pressurized tank. So you can open this cap, let the rest of the pressure off. And that should be a rebuilt tank. So now what? Well, we'll put that fuel in there and clean off my table, put that fuel in here, bring this stove up here, get all the other flammables out of the way, and we'll give her a go. Yeah. Hopefully I don't burn the place down. I don't know where I think I got my fire extinguisher in the back there. I have to grab that. So Stay tuned for the fun test run. Alright, so one thing I wanted to also show you guys, a little hack thing that I kind of did here. I was not all that excited about the way that this thing works. Like, you just kind of throw that in there like that, and that just slides in there. And then you got these little tabs that go in there. And I noticed that if the handle's up, this doesn't really fit all that snug into its spot. So you want to make sure the handle's down if you've got this old model like this. But another thing, I was getting a little vigorous with the pumping action. And I had this whole thing just like kind of pull out of here and spray fuel all out on me. And so what I did was I took a couple nails and I bent them over so we could drop them in here and just kind of drop them in those little holes to keep everything from coming apart on us when we're getting all fancy with it. Just kind of hold it in there, in place there. That's my little 2 cents. 2 pennies. 2 penny nails. Alright, here we're going to show you what the diffuser looks like before we get this thing all fueled up and back together. I don't know what's going on here. And it's pretty simple. Simplistic little thing. We got a little cap. And we got a washer. And a corrugated washer, and another washer, and a corrugated washer, and another washer, and a corrugated washer, and those just all kind of sit down on there. And you'll want to make sure that those are clean of debris, and so that the gas can get through there. And then underneath that, it's just a nice open little spot there, and you'll see how that tube runs into this heat exchanger part here. And I already blew that out. Like I had said before, and you could probably get in there with a brush and clean that out if you wanted to. I'm not going to go that far with it today. I don't think that's necessary. And then the same thing goes for this tube here, although getting to that is probably not quite as easy as it should be either. But there's a couple screws on the bottom below each of these that hold this tube assembly down, and then a screw on the bottom here that holds that, and then a screw in the side here that holds this clamp there. And once you get it out, you can go over it, whatnot. But we just put that back in place somehow, however it goes. Doesn't seem to have any real rhyme or reason to it. Oh, yeah, that might be it. And put those back on. Put the cap back on. Just gotta copy the way that one is. You do one at a time, so you do it right. And a little screw there, screw dad in place. And you're ready to go. We'll give her a little snug. Nothing too hard. We don't want to crush all that stuff down. Make it so nothing can get through. But there you can kind of see it from the side. That's your burner plate. Alright, you guys. Because safety first, I've got my fire extinguisher at the ready, and we went ahead and we're shutting off our buddy heater. We're just gonna take that off the side a little bit over here so that it don't catch nothing on fire. Set this down, and like I said, give her a couple of screws out. I've already filled the gas tank. My generator is in the up position. Hand over the hole and start to pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2. So per Coleman instructions, with our generator in the utmost position, we're going to open this valve wide open. We're going to reach our hand down in there and give her a light. You would probably want one of them fancy scripto lighters. Be on the safe side. We'll see. This might not be the baby for it because it's a piece of junk. So it's like a dream. Oh man, it did not light like that before. So we'll give her about a minute. You guys gotta see this. Look at that. Give her about a minute to light up. And that blue, we want that flame to be nice and blue. About 30 seconds. Let me tell you, we were out on the river in, I don't know, 10-degree weather, trying to make hot cocoa with this thing. I had to pull it in the shanty to get it to try and act right. And I was fiddling with this generator handle and fiddling with it and fiddling with it and fiddling with it, and boy, she did not want to cooperate. Go on, baby. I might have like jumped the gun a little bit on that 1 minute, but there's that. And let's go ahead and open this other one. Give her a lick. She's lit. Did not want to like that before, let me tell you. And if it's acting like it's a little low on pressure, you can open up this plunger. Give her some more pressure. There she goes. Close it back up. Now we're cooking with gas, boys. Look at that. The old dirty fishman at it again. Building stuff, breaking stuff, setting things on fire. Thanks for tuning in. Tackle Revisited. Bye now. I got some cooking to do.